Good evening, everyone, and once again, welcome to Walk the Talk Sports. It is the first time we're having our show live at Encore at the Fire Pit. Once again, we are so excited. It's a first for me, it's a first for Alex, and we have so much to talk about. Good topics and some bad topics. But first and foremost, I want to thank KLVW-TV once again for really setting everything up, and we are so excited. And I'm going to tell you something. We are still the best sports talk show south of the Big Apple, east of the city of brotherly love. Yeah. So before I get started, I just have some corrections from the last show we had 2 weeks ago, and I apologize for the tennis players here that I forgot to name the winners of the U.S. Open. So here we go. The winner of the men's was, let me put my glasses on, was Carlos Alcaraz, defeated Casper Ruud in the finals, and it was the men's. Actually, it was his first major title win. So congratulations to Carlos. Now in the women's, correct me now, these European names are a little off the chart, but I'll do my best. The women's winner was Inger Swiatek, defeated As Jadim to win the women's final. She is the first Polish player in the modern open era to win. Congratulations to them both. And this is something I like to talk about. Yesterday, in the President's Cup in golf, the U.S. beat Europe 17.5 to 12.5. Again, a domination effort by the U.S. team. Captain Davis Love III was very pleased with the players' effort in the winning of the President's Cup. But my take once again, with the PGA and the Saudi Arabia, the new league, I think we should have a World Series. Best 2 out of 3 different venues. I mean, let the PGA make money. Being that the Saudis have all the money and they're taking players away from the PGA, why not, guys? Let's do it. And that is tennis, and that is golf. Alex, you want to start off with baseball?
I can, and welcome everybody. How exciting it is to have everybody at the Fire Pit tonight here at Leisure Village West. Yeah, we're going to start off with West Coast baseball. I mean, obviously, you know, after this weekend, the road to the World Series, National League-wise, is going to venture through Chavez Ravine. You know, the Dodgers are a little bit tough to beat right now. You know, they've clinched the best record in the National League by beating the Cardinals this weekend, 4-1. So they're really, you know, it's going to be tough going through LA playing there. I know, sitting here and sitting amongst all the Mets fans, Rob.
I think there's more Yankee fans, but okay, I'll take that, Alex. Thank you.
I think it's going to be a tough going to get through LA, but the real reason why I want to talk National League, obviously you can see in front of me that I'm a San Diego Padre fan. So the Padres, you know, the last time we spoke, I was a little bit disappointed with them. They were struggling a little bit, but you know, they seem to pick it up. You know, at their last 10 games, they're 7-3. They're sitting really great in that wild card spot. I think they're going to be the sleeper. I think, you know, they had a blockbuster trade, you know, acquiring Soto, and I was a little skeptical at first, but I think that he's really going to pick it up here in the month of October. I think is exactly what the Padres are looking for. Again, they're sitting here looking at, you know, the Padres actually have a series with the Dodgers starting tomorrow night, so it'll be very beneficial to get a few wins under our belt, even though the Dodgers have it locked up. But the Padres seem to be on a great winning streak. They're putting things together and they're playing very well.
So you know, you touched on the Mets. I mean, the Padres, the National League. In the National League, it's more of a dogfight compared to the American League. I mean, the top 3 teams. I mean, in the American League are the Yankees, the Astros, and Cleveland. Now, a second ago, I just got a text from one of our viewers. He's asking the question, how does the new playoff format work? Okay, I'm going to explain it before I get to talk about the other teams. The first 2 teams in each league with the best record get a bye. So now those 2 teams in the American League, I think they have it locked up, are Houston and the Yankees. So now Cleveland clinched yesterday, but they have the 3rd best record as far as the division leaders. So they will play the winner of teams 3 and 5, the winner of that series. And then they have the 2 wild cards. Now, the first set of games is the best 2 out of 3. There's no break in between. And the team, now see, this is what people don't realize. The team with the best record plays all their games, or the 3 games, at their home ballpark. So the team that has the lesser record has no home games. That's the first series. The second series, which would be the division, would be 3 out of 5. Okay? That's the second round. Now the third round for the league championship, American League and National League, that is the best, of course, 4 out of 7, and the winner of those 2 tournaments go to the World Series, and of course that's 4 out of 7. It's a little bit confusing. This is the first year they added more teams, and you know why? Because it gives more revenue to the league and to the players and the team. So, but I think it's going to be exciting. But once again, for Yankee fans, your road goes through Houston. Okay? Now, as a Met fan, I hope we win the division. We have 3 games left with Atlanta in Atlanta, and I think we're a game and a half only ahead of them. The reason why I want the first bye is because then you can set up your pitching staff. You can rest your starters. And I hope that happens. But look, I'm happy as a Met fan. I know Yankee fans are used to they always make the playoffs every year and they still cry. But us Met fans, when we get a chance to be in the playoffs, we enjoy it. And I just pray we go further. And with our pitching staff, we got a good shot. We took the season series from the Dodgers this year, but then again, the regular season doesn't mean anything, and you know, it's the playoffs that really counts. But it should be an exciting go for the rest of the season. This is the last week. Now, Aaron Judge. What's with Aaron Judge, Yankee fans? He had a chance to break the record, and let's see, last night it started raining around the 6th inning, and he was on deck, and he didn't get a chance to hit again. But grant you, he will break the record, I'm sure. Roger Maris's record. So now I'm going to give everyone out here the first baseball quiz. Who gave up the 61st home run to Roger Maris in 1961? What pitcher on what team did he give up?
Tracy.
Go ahead. What team? Tracy Stoddard.
Yeah, Tracy Stoddard.
Right, and he pitched for the Red Sox.
Red Sox. Oh.
Right. I'm just saying. Okay, we're on. So that is the first quiz. Alex, you have anything?
You're the quiz man. I'm waiting to jump to the AP poll. So go
All right. Before we get off of baseball, I just want to say congratulations. And he's a shoo-in Hall of Famer, Alex Pujols. This past weekend against the Dodgers, hit his 700th home run. Imagine that, 700, yes. And that is a wrap on baseball. Now for football. Okay, where are we? Football, here we are. Now the Giants have a big game tonight against the Dallas Cowboys. Looking forward to that good game. But yesterday, and Alex and I are going to touch on this, it was a crazy day. For fantasy, people that are in fantasy leagues, I don't know what was going on. But I'll say this. My daughter, my youngest daughter, beat me. She's going to beat me in 2 leagues in fantasy. So I am going to be 0-3 in one league and 1-2 in the other. So Sam, I don't know anything. I don't know. I can't understand it. But yesterday, of course, the Jets came down to back to life, back to reality, and they lost to Cincinnati. They played a good first half, but Cincinnati is just a better team. Let's face it. But I think yesterday, in my opinion, the best game to watch was the Buffalo Bills versus the Miami Dolphins. I mean, they battled. It was a division game. It was a hard-fought game, a few injuries, and it was really exciting. Two good young quarterbacks, and I feel Buffalo had a chance to win at the end of the game, but for some crazy reason, the time management just, they couldn't handle it, and they ran out of time to kick the field goal. So, you know, it was just crazy. That's the type of day it was yesterday in the NFL. And Alex is going to talk about the AFC West, which was some big teams lost some games yesterday. Go ahead, Alex. Take it away.
Thanks, Rob. Yeah, you know, yesterday was nuts. You know, when I spoke to Rob earlier, if you sit back and you think about it, you have Brady, Justin Herbert, Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, all losing quarterbacks all on the weekend. It's unheard of. Usually every one of those guys are winning every Sunday. So it was a crazy weekend. You know, we had the AFC West. Rob and I spoke about it in previous shows. You know, we bragged about how it was just going to be an incredible division, which, you know, we're three games in. We're three games into this. Yeah. But what a shocker to see that division. Everybody everybody with at least a loss, if not two. Some Raider fans have 3 losses.
Jeez. Just like my fantasy team.
But, you know, the AFC West, I still believe they're going to turn it around. It's going to be a great division to watch. I mean, there's a lot of great quarterbacks, a lot of great... I mean, the teams in general are really stacked in the AFC West, and we've talked about that before. I see the Broncos last night came alive at the very end to beat the 49ers. But, you know, as I've talked in the past, you know, I'm gonna talk Charger football. You think I'd be a real loyal fan, at least have some Charger stuff out here, but I was so disappointed last night that I decided just to go bocce gear tonight. All right.
There's nothing wrong with that, brother.
Yeah. So, you know, we'll talk Charger football. I don't know what happened in Chargers. You know, they played Jacksonville. You know, I can't blame Herbert.
Wow.
You know, the guy was coming off an injury. You know, when you have 38 points scored against you, there's stuff going on.
You're right, Alex.
There's
defense
stuff going all over that team. So, you know, hopefully they'll get it together. I mean, my biggest fear that seems to happen every year, but it seems to be happening a little bit earlier than I'd like it to, is that, you know, we have our Pro Bowl tackle, Rashawn Slater, out for the season. He had a bicep injury yesterday.
He's out for the year?
Out for the year.
Wow, that hurts. That hurts.
Joey Bosa. If you all know, my fantasy league is called Bosa Nova. You know, I have this thing about Joey Bosa.
You hear that, Sam? Bosa Nova.
Out on injuries. So, you know, I don't know what's going on with my LA Chargers, but, you know, obviously I hope that they can turn things around, and the AFC West in general.
You know, and I tell you, before I forget, and for you Philadelphia Eagle fans, they look pretty good yesterday. I know they only played Washington, but they look awesome. And I think it's going to come down to Giants and Eagles. Yeah. I mean, if Dallas shows anything tonight, but we'll see. But the Eagles look really good. Yeah.
You know, we're sitting here, Robin. If it's crazy. I mean, it's only 3 games into this, but I would have never told you that the Dolphins, the Eagles, and possibly the Giants tonight will all be 3-0 after tonight's over with. So
that's right. That's a good shot. That's a good shot.
Yeah. And what I'm most impressed with is that I never really was. You know, I'm a West Coast guy, and I know you guys are. Everybody here is Giants, Jets,
Eagles.
But
there's some Eagles.
The Eagles. Yeah. I mean, what's up with Hurts? This guy is like, you know, he's tearing it up. He's in the 3-game total, he has 916 yards.
He's got weapons. He's got weapons this year. He's
in an early pace to go over 5,000 yards this year, and you know, they're playing incredible. Watching them last night or yesterday, they could do no wrong. They could do no wrong. So watch out for the Eagles, you Eagles fans.
All right, I'm going to give now the second. This is a little bit. It's I don't know if it's easier, But in 1963, since we're going to Roger Maris, the early 60s, in 2 sports, 3 MVPs wore the jersey number 32. 3 MVPs that same year, 2 in baseball, 1 in football, wore the jersey number 32. Who are they? Come on, guys.
Jim Brown. Jim Brown.
Koufax.
Koufax.
Jim Brown.
Who's the third? Yankee fans, come on.
32.
Yankee fans?
Elston Howard.
That's it.
Howard.
Elston Howard. There you go.
Wow.
That's it. Very good. Let's give a hand.
Good
Let's go.
job.
Good job, guys.
All right. We're going to tackle, we're just going to run down the AP poll, the college
Go
football.
ahead. Go
college
right ahead.
football. Hasn't changed much since the last time we spoke. You know, you're still looking at Georgia sitting at number 1, Alabama at number 2. You know. Ohio State at number 3.
Yes, Priscilla, front runner, Ohio State.
Michigan at number 4. Clemson sitting at number 5. For a local team, if we want to count Penn State, they're actually sitting at number
Penn
11.
State is not a bad team. Penn State is not a bad team.
But, you know, that's your basic college rollout.
Now, and you see, and this is where I have my argument with my daughter. Rutgers, well, how many teams in the Big Ten are in the top, what'd you say, top 5, top 10? You have Penn State, you got Michigan, Ohio State. Really? Guys, you need an offense to play in that conference. They don't have an offense to play in that conference. I don't know. Maybe it's me. I can't understand it. But you know what? Let's move on. Let's just
Can we talk fantasy?
All right. Let's talk fantasy, and then I'll briefly talk soccer, hockey, and basketball. Go ahead.
Fantasy, as you've heard in our last couple shows, that we decided to have our very first LVW Fantasy 2022. You know, we've had a great turnout. We've had, I have several of you out there right now. I don't want to look to my left because tonight, Sam out there in the audience, I think all he needs is about 6 points to beat me. 4 points to beat me.
And guess who he has? He's got Barkley tonight, the running back.
Yeah.
So Sam doesn't think it's going to happen. Because Sam thinks, you know, I don't know, the Giants, I've seen stupid things happen. As a Jet fan, we have you covered, buddy. Don't worry about that. But it's fun, and he should win. You should be able to beat, but then again, you never know.
But fantasy's been fun.
Yeah.
You know, we've talked about it. There's everyone, all the teams are managed by a resident from Leisure Village.
Yeah.
The league's been a lot of fun. We're new into it. Like I said, it's like the 3rd week. I woke up this morning hoping Sam's guy would wake up with, I don't know, something. But it looks like I may lose tonight. I may lose. I've gone 2-0. My 2 victories were against both Lombardos.
By a total, he beat Stephanie by 3, beat me by 3, so by 6 points, Alex. Yeah, so, but you won.
A win is a win.
Your win is a win. That's right.
So fantasy football, though, it's been a lot of fun, and it's going to be a lot of fun still to come.
Yeah, we hope to get more people involved, and you know, once hopefully everything gets built, the patio, we can have tailgate parties out there with the screen, and you know, have our draft out there. Oh boy, I'm hoping.
There we go. All right, Rob.
You want to talk high school, or you want to? Let me just talk soccer first. For our soccer fans out there, in the Italian league, I'll just go through the top 5 teams: Naples, Atlanta, Juventus, Lazio, and AC Milan. The top 5 teams in the series, or Serie A they call it, in Italy. In the Premier League now, for our English fans, it's Arsenal, Manchester City, Tottenham, Brighton, and Manchester United. Those are the 5 top teams in the English league. And more information to come. And that is soccer. Now hockey, for you hockey fans out there, the season starts in 2 weeks. exhibition. I know our team, my team, Chuck's team out there, Rangers played their first exhibition tonight against the Islanders at the Garden. And I can't wait for the hockey season, the puck to drop, and you know, because our team, you know, they're young. They had a great season last year, fell a little short. But we're looking, you know, we're excited to see what they look like this year, and hopefully we can go even further into the playoffs. Now, in excuse me, in basketball, very briefly, the Knicks signed Jalen Harris, a forward, who last season was suspended because of drug use, but hopefully he's over that, and he's going to be really a great add to the Knickerbockers. Derrick Rose, he was hurt last year, but he says he's 100% healthy. He looks good in practice. Let's see, you know, as far as the Knicks, look, they got to have a better season than last year. The year before, they made the playoffs. Last year, they took a step back, but hopefully we're looking for, you know, better things this year. And once again, the Brooklyn Nets, I don't know what's going on with them. Kevin Durant is still having his fits. He wants to be traded. He wants to stay. Who knows what's going to happen? And as far as the 76ers, it's been quiet on their front. You know, they added some forwards, like I said last show. So they should be up. I mean, them and the Celtics should be the top dogs, and even the Brooklyn Nets if they don't spaz out. But, you know, like I said, it should be an exciting basketball season also. And that is basketball.
Good. We're going to move on. You know, on a couple of shows ago, we talked about the importance of talking about local sports. You know, obviously we talk about all these professional teams, but we made a commitment to talk about local sports from high school, obviously right outside our gates, Manchester Township, to Jackson Liberty. You know, we talked about local sports being within the village. We have a ton of sports in here from all the clubs, from pickleball to golf to tennis to bocce ball. Anyway, so, and we also talked about the importance of every one of us having a family member, having a grandchild, or just a family member in general that might have achieved something in sports or in the sports world. And we encouraged all of you. I think at every one of our last shows, you'll see our emails come across the bottom to email Rob or myself, that we could, you know, sit down and talk about the achievements of your loved ones. So, but with that, I'm going to jump in really quick to high school football. So the last time we spoke, obviously, was 2 weeks ago, and it was pretty exciting because Manchester Township was sitting at 2-0 for their season. But since we've spoke, they've taken a couple losses, so now they're sitting at 2-2. Jackson Liberty as well, sitting at 2-2. But you know, the season is still early for them. They can't be any worse, like we talked about earlier, that Manchester Township had a pretty poor season last year, but they got a new coach with them this year, so hopefully they'll do some good things. But they are sitting at 2-2. Their last loss, they actually lost to Jackson Liberty last week, 18-14.
Good game.
So anyway, so their record is 2-2, and that's high school football. So.
All right, I'm just going to touch base now because we got some really encouraging letters to some of our young athletes. I received something from Alex and Priscilla about their nephew, correct? Grandson. Okay, Turner Gosling, great hockey player, all-star hockey player. Last year he played for the Florida Junior Everblades, 12 and under A team. In 40 games, okay guys, in 40 games, he scored 23 goals, 8 assists, and led his team in goals and overall points. But get this, he also led the team in penalties. So my question is, can he be in two places at once in the penalty box and scoring goals? But no, he is that good. And after 8 games to the start of the off season, they call him Goose. I guess I used to know a kid named Goose, but they call him, and he has scored 9 goals and has 3 assists, and he has a hat trick. Does anybody know what a hat trick is in hockey? Okay, and what do they do when they score a hat trick? There you go. Okay, we have hockey fans out there. And his favorite teams are the St. Louis Blues, the Tampa Bay Lightning, of course, Florida, and the Dallas Stars. And I like this part. His favorite players are Connor McDavid from the Edmonton Oilers and Vladimir Tarasenko from the St. Louis Blues. Good choice. And great job. Keep up the great work. Keep on scoring goals.
You know, I'm going to add. I asked Rob to read that one. I didn't want to have to read our Priscilla and I's own grandson's statistics here, but an incredible young man.
Yeah.
Not only some of the things that were left out when Priscilla did the email. This is a young man at 12 years old that he this summer he was selected out of 900 12-year-olds to play for a team they were called the Battery out of Ohio. Now take it, he lives in Orlando, Florida. So him and his father every weekend would have to fly all over the country and play in these huge tournaments all over the country for this team out of Ohio. So we're extremely proud of him. He's a great kid. You know, when we go to watch him, I love the whole penalty part of it. Of course, Priscilla and his mom, they cringe when they see him at 12 years old. He's getting a little aggressive out there, but it's a lot of fun to watch him play. So that was awesome.
That's a great story. Great story.
So an email that I had gotten actually is from Maureen DeStallo from the TV station.
That's right.
Maureen wants to share with us about her grandnephew Jack. So Jack is 23 years old and has been employed by the St. Louis Cardinals since 2020 as an analytic engineer.
That's right.
In this role, he helps the Major League Baseball club with how it collects and shares data between its front office, coaches, and players to drive on-field success. In St. Louis, there is an organization known as the Inno Under 25, which spotlights up-and-coming St. Louis area innovators who are making a big impact. Each year, they have 12 honorees, and Jack is one of the honorees this year. Additionally, while a member of the baseball team in Pomona College in Claremont, California, Jack turned to technology to get a better understanding of his competition. He was a catcher on the team. He developed an app that uses data to show the hitting trends of every player in the Division III level. When Jack applied to Pomona College, he loved math, physics, and baseball. When he was told by the interviewer, "We are a college of computer geeks who love baseball," he knew he had found his home. So he started pursuing a career in baseball when he was a sophomore in college. He obtained a summer internship with the Oakland A's, and after his junior year, an intern with the New York Yankees. Thanks, Maureen.
You know, you have to give, I tip my hat. You know, these two young gentlemen, they have the passion to follow their dreams. And look, they're going to go far. And it's two great stories, really. I applaud once again. Okay, Alex, anything else? Closing comments?
No, you know, I want to thank everyone for being here. It's the first live audience. I can tell you that from that fire pit, getting a little bit warm on my shoulder and these lights in my face.
That's the bourbon. Don't listen.
And the bourbon.
It's the bourbon.
That's
the bourbon, guys. It's not the fire.
Yeah, you know, it's. I thank you all for coming out. You know, before we go, it would be crazy if I would not mention that sitting way back there in the back row, if we could just give a great happy birthday to Marianne.
Oh, yeah!
You know what? I talked to her a couple days ago. I said, "What are you doing for your birthday?" She told me I wouldn't want to spend it anywhere else but watching you, Alex. So it was awesome. It was great. So she didn't say that.
So guys, just in closing, once again, thank you all. Hopefully we'll do this again when it's snowing out, and I'll love it even more. And once, please, keep it between the lines. Yeah. Thanks, guys. Thank you. Good job. It is warm. It is warm.